What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you NFL draft discussion video on the Carolina Panthers and their pick 8. I believe that they're going to target wide receiver in this year's draft at pick 8. They should target Matthew Golden over T-Mac. Let's get into why, guys. So I've been on the Matthew Golden train heavy. If you follow the channel, I've been mentioning it in a lot of videos, especially draft videos. I did my own Matthew Golden evaluation not too long ago, so you can check that out as well. But I even said then, like, if you want a receiver in the first round, obviously, some teams will. It's probably a few, not that many this year. But if you're looking for a receiver first round and you don't have the separator, a number one guy, because Golden is a number one guy. He's not a slot guy. He's not Ibuka from Ohio State. He's a number one guy. Outside, inside, whatever you want. Get separation. That's your guy. And a lot of teams don't have that. Yes, they have guys who are decent, who are solid, but I've said before, Golden reminds me of a young Stephon Diggs. Will he reach that? Maybe, maybe not. But I'd rather have a young Stephon Diggs than, a young or a guy similar to Drake London. And look, I'm a Falcons fan. You can't tell me nothing about Drake London. He's a monster. But I've said it, and I'm being consistent. I said it during my own draft when we got Drake London. I was not happy. He panned out so far. He probably no. If he stays at the level right here where he's at, Drake is a good receiver. But I don't see Drake London ever being top 5. Stephon Diggs, and going back to Matthew Golden, his comp for me to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was once upon a time a top 5 guy. Separation matters, speeds matter, and going to the Panthers roster specifically, they don't have that. Xavier, and it sounds crazy to say, they're not the same type of guy. They're not the same body and athleticism and freak athlete. But Xavier Legette gives you the same feel you already have in T-Mac. Or I should say it in reverse. T-Mac, if the Panthers draft T-Mac at pick 8 or to trade down, whatever, a couple picks and get T-Mac, T-Mac gives you the same vibe you get with Xavier Legette. Yes, Legette is not as big, maybe not as athletic, all that good stuff, not as long, but T-Mac is a bigger Xavier Legette on your team. But possession catch guy, can move on the run a little bit, can catch around a little bit, but more of a possession catch guy when he gets to the league. Lacks separation, a little bit of drop issues, a little tiny bit. Legette last year and even in college had that. And T-Mac give you the same vibe. So just more athletic, more freakish build, stuff like that. But he's not a separator. You need someone to separate, get open, good route running, speed. And even though Golden isn't a 4.29 guy, I know he ran a 4.29, but on film, watch him play, he's not that fast. He's more quicker than fast, but he plays at a good pace. And that's the thing. And Golden, to me, man, great hands. Last year played in great moments, big moments against good defenses, and he worked them. You knew where the ball was going to. You knew Isaiah Bond wasn't getting the ball. You knew the running game wasn't going to work. It was Golden or nothing, and you knew what it was. The defense knew what it was. They couldn't stop him. And that's something T-Mac, not to say be negative, but he never really showed that in big games. To me, I've seen a couple times here and there, against some teams, but when it really mattered at, and T-Mac didn't get that far. His team was good this year, but where it really mattered at, Golden was going to come up big, and that's something you gotta account for, in my opinion. You have to account for, and the Panthers lack that. I know he's not that big. Golden is 5'11", 190. But he should be fine. He'll struggle at first with press and bigger corners, but they got to keep up with him on the routes. He can run any route. Route tree is crazy. Footwork good. Hands good. I'm just sold on him, man. And look, I hope everyone goes well. I don't mean to be negative on the guy, but I like to tell my opinion, and you have to count out the pros and cons of both. Of the guy you like and don't, and back and forth. So like I said, Golden's size will limit him. Is he a true number one? That's the big question on him. I believe so. All number ones aren't the same. Some can be 6'4" and up. Some can be 5'11". Tyreek Hill's anomaly. He can be 5'8", 5'9", and be a monster. Just depends on the build, the scheme, the team, and everything works out. But I think Golden can be a Stephon Diggs style of guy. And he was number one for a good little stretch with the Vikings, Josh Allen. Even now, depending on what team he lands on, he could be the, 1A to 1B, depending on what team he goes to in this year's free agency class, come off an injury. If he was healthy, I think he'd have been off the board. So the Panthers, to me, they don't have a Golden on their roster. It only makes sense. But even in this scenario, T-Mac could be going already by pick 6 to the Raiders. They don't have a number one option or no one even close. Jacoby Myers isn't a number one guy. I know the rumor is they're going to go with Genty, but if that's the case, if T-Mac goes 6 to the Raiders, I think Golden is a clear, easy selection for the Panthers at pick 8. Luther Burden was once thought of to be that high. Now, in most circles, thought of to be like a little gadget guy. Not little, but thought of to be a gadget guy. Curtis Samuel, Laviska Shenault type of guy. Maybe even a little better than those guys. But he's in that vein of player. So I don't know if he goes that high anymore, like we all thought. I think he still can be more than that, but the tape shows a lot of screens, a lot of bubble screens, short passes, and he just taking them a long way. But it don't really show him being a good receiver. He's just more of a good athlete. So he could go that high still to pick 8 or in the teens, but most people say he's going to go back of the first, top of the second. Ibuka, I know he can play both. He's played both, but to me, I love him in the slot. He can do more than what we think he can do. Play outside a little bit, but I love him as a slot guy. He's a master there, in my opinion. And pairing him with the right team to me makes sense. The Panthers don't need that right now. Now they could go for the future. Thielen don't have forever, so they could get him and play him outside for now, and then move in when Thielen retires or moves on from him. But I just love Golden, man. He can do it. I'll be confident in him going inside out, no problem. Slot, X, receiver, whatever. Route running, crisps, speed good, quickness great, hands great, and like I said, he's top notch. So we'll see what happens, guys, when the draft comes. But that's my early take on it. If the Panthers need a receiver and both are on the board, lean Golden. Lean Golden, man. He is the guy for the job. He is receiver 1 in this class outside of Hunter. If you can get Hunter and put him at receiver only, that's your best bet. He's going to be a stud. But, Golden, I think, has the best chances and the best odds to do that after Hunter. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.